Well, yesterday I mentioned about talking about fears and concerns, about aspirations, and one thing I didn't cover off was frustrations. And I guess in this time, this unusual time, some people get frustrated, and there's probably one or two ways of dealing with it. I don't think this is the answer. There are probably, well, you might be tempted some days. One method I used to use some time ago was I'd sit in the car with the radio turned on, full noise, and just scream, shout, yell, curse. Yes, I know I shouldn't, but I did a couple of times. And that made me feel a lot better. I used to give myself 2 minutes, the 2-minute pressure valve, and get rid of all my frustrations that way. More recently though, there's other ways of doing it, and there's, like I mentioned, there's meditation. But for some people it's very difficult because there's so much stuff happening in their heads that it's very hard to have a still mind to be able to meditate. I mentioned yesterday about journaling, and it's another way of getting frustrations out and fears and concerns down on a piece of paper. And the other way would be, I call it 5 minutes each way. This is it's a bit of a short story, but I'll try and make it longer. Keith Quinn, a great sports commentator in New Zealand, lived on the West Coast. His dad was a coal miner. And when Keith's dad would come home from work, the boys would scream around him, rugby league, of course, can we have a game? And Keith's dad would say, well, hey, we'll do 5 minutes each way. So I've modified that. I've used this in business a lot, and also sometimes made suggestions to people in relationships, about just taking 5 minutes each way. So one person would speak uninterrupted, say whatever he or she wanted to say. The other person would just simply listen, not interrupt. And the other person, when it was their turn to speak, wouldn't bring subjects up that the other person spoke about. It was just 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever time it took to get things out of the head, off your chest, and a way to, I guess, release some frustration and some tension if that's what was required. So if this is of help, come back to me. Happy to talk to you more about how this works and other methods of coping with frustrations. And it's all in the vein of trying to make sure we're happy and healthy.